Hi, Mark Lund here, author of The Effective Investor. Have you ever traded your car in at a dealership? They buy your car from you for less than the market value. If I then came and bought your car from that same dealership the next day, I would pay more for it than what they gave you the day before. That is the spread or the commission. This takes place every time a stock is sold inside your mutual fund. Here's an example. If I got on the phone and called a major wirehouse right now and I said to them, I want to buy 100 shares of XYZ stock, the person on the other end might say, you can buy that stock for $50 a share. Then if I turned around and said, wait, I don't want to buy, I want to sell 100 XYZ shares. Then he says, oh, then if you're going to sell them, you can sell them for $49.50. Now, where does that 50 cents go? It goes to a guy called a market maker. You might think that you get to sell your shares of stock directly to the buyer, but that isn't quite how it works. You have to sell your shares to the person on the floor of the exchange. They take the profit off the top, and they turn around and sell it to the next investor. So every time a stock changes hands, they're going to take a profit that goes to the brokerage house or wirehouse that controls those markets. So whether you're an individual investor or in a big mutual fund, you're still paying the bid-ask spread costs. And let's not forget the no-load funds out there. The term no-load means no commission. It doesn't mean no cost. No-load funds are subject to this cost just like the same commissions as the fund. While you cannot find the fund's trading costs in the prospectus, there is a clue to help determine what this is costing you, whether it's in a consumer retail fund or a no-load mutual fund. The clue is the fund's turnover. Turnover measures how often the fund is buying and selling stocks in the fund. The higher the turnover, the higher the cost of your portfolio. In Charles D. Ellis's book, How to Win the Loser's Game, he said, the key question under the new rules of the game is this: how much better must an actively trading manager be to at least recover the cost of the portfolio turnover? The answer is daunting. The prospectus is not required to report what the cost of this trading is, but they are required to report what the annual turnover is. A fund with 100% turnover means that it completely turns over its portfolio during the year. In other words, whatever stocks they own on January 1st will be different from the stocks owned on December 31st. Now, back in 2010, when I first published my book, Morningstar reported that the average turnover for domestic stock mutual funds were 94%. A professor at USC by the name of Mark M. Carhart said, turnover reduces performance about 1% for every buy and sell transaction. So in summary, the total transaction costs, commissions plus the spread between the bid and the ask side of the market of 1% to buy and 1% to sell are reasonable estimates. The bid-ask spread is an expensive and unseen cost of investing, and it takes away value from your portfolio every time it happens. When you add up all these bid-ask spreads, it can be very expensive to own actively managed funds. This is one of the reasons why we don't use actively managed funds in our portfolios. So if you ever have any questions about your investments or retirement plans, please feel free to give me a call. And that's it for today. Have a great day.
Nothing so loud